Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back. Match preview time ahead of another big game in this promotion race to the Premier League. Leeds United versus Blackburn Rovers. But before I get into that, please hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop your comments and score predictions below. David, afternoon, KG. Hope you're fully recovered now, mate. Almost. Look, day by day thing. A lot of the sickness has gone, but obviously, as you can hear, the throat is still in and out a little bit. But it's going to be gone very soon, people. Don't worry. I'm going to be back full health very, very soon. Famous last words. But yeah, listen, we're going to talk a little bit about Daniel Farke's press conference today. There's not a lot to go on from today's conference, except for him backing himself, which we'll speak about. And listen, we just got to preview the game. Just got to go through the game. What changes would you make, if any? And I'll give my thoughts on what I would do as well. But listen, before we get into that, I just have to say, happy birthday to the Chief, Lucas Radaby, 55 years old, man. Where's time going, people? Where is time going? 55 for Lucas Radaby, man. But yeah, this is a real legend to me. You know, everyone's got their definition of icon, legend, and everything else like that, and that's cool. For me, Lucas Radaby is a legend. And just to how he carried himself, the way he played before the injury issues became too much, he was so good. So good. And, you know, in order to get back to what we're looking at there, what is it? Nearly 200 Premier League appearances, 57 Premier League clean sheets. You know what, man? If we need to get back there, we need to get promoted first. So let's get on. Absolutely, David, Radaby a star. He was amazing, man. Amazing. Radaby was the man. And just to think as well, just quickly, there was a time where we had choices at centre-back of Radaby, Ferdinand, and Woodgate. Imagine that. Imagine having those kind of elite options at centre-back. Good times, good stuff. But listen, we could get back there one day, but we've got to get to the Premier League. And Daniel Farke has said, listen, the first 6 minutes of the conference was talking about, was more or less a tribute to Stuart Dallas and what he means to the club, and that the door's always open to him. So if you want to go and watch that, it is on the Leeds United feed. But in terms of the players that are available, everyone that is in good shape, as it says on the screen there. More importantly, Willie Gnonto and Connor Roberts came through the last game without any problems, and that we are in much better shape now than we were 10 days ago. Now, for me, this straight away is must starts for me. If they can't last the 90 minutes, I understand that. But start them. Give them the 60, 70 minutes that you give the other players. Give it to these two, because these two give us more of a threat down that right-hand side at this moment in time. And what I would do is I would move Archie Gray into midfield. Again, I said previously Archie Gray hasn't been in top form, but let's give him another go in midfield and see how he gets on there against Blackburn, who, with all due respect to Blackburn, like I say, I've got, some good people at Blackburn. They're not in the greatest of shape. They're kind of waiting for the season to finish. They are there for the picking. Now, again, Ipswich would probably be thinking the same about Watford. So there's no gimmies in at the moment in time. You've seen all three teams this season, this week: Leicester, Leeds, Ipswich. Nobody scored in midweek. Not one of us. Not one goal between the top three teams. So it's about just making sure that you put your best foot out, get the best team out there possible. And Connor Roberts gives us a dimension on that right-hand side that at this point in time, Archie Gray doesn't give us. But Willie Gnonto is the X factor for me. And if Willie Gnonto comes back in, I think he gives Somerville help that Somerville desperately needs. I don't think Somerville's tired one bit. I just feel Somerville needs a bit more help up top. And if Jorginho isn't fully fit, then let's get Perot and Joseph in there. Obviously, I'm taking Bamford out. I don't think we're going to get all these changes. And yeah, that's it, Martin. There wasn't a lot in this press, so that's why I'm not going to put up the full notes. Yeah, press conference was a joke. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. But that's what I'm saying. I would love to see Somerville, Gnonto, Perot, and Joseph go up front and absolutely tear Blackburn apart. And that four could. But again, I don't think we're going to see those changes. So I'm just saying what I would do. Because as Daniel Farke said in this press conference, the other big thing that he was talking about was his accolades. And he's more than well within his rights. And I actually like it. I actually do like it. I like when people talk themselves up. He was saying, I'm going to be humble. But, humble brag people. Humble brag. He was doing a lot of that today. manager of the month, undefeated at home, 80 points, 87 points at this stage of the season. He was bigging himself up. And I've got all respect for that. He was talking today about the Leeds United fan base being so emotional, booing at halftime, even though we were still in a position of second at the time due to it being a draw. He was just talking about how there's like, what was it? Did he say 500,000 managers? I guess he's talking about the people in the crowd and obviously us online. But I always say this, when you talk like that, that's awesome. But then you've got to back it up with substance. So if you don't get promoted, then you're going to get torn apart. It's as simple as that. You can't talk like that with chest, which I enjoy, don't get me wrong. But then you've got to back it up with the results. So Daniel Farke was defiant today and he remained calm. And I guess that's, and that is a good thing. I guess that is a good thing. He's not panicking. He was taking it very easy when he was asked about if you're going to watch Leicester later today. He's like, maybe I'll catch the second half. He's just trying to calm everyone down because he sees it. Daniel Farke doesn't just read newspapers or online articles by journals. He doesn't do that. He looks at forums. I don't know if he watches YouTube. Probably that's a step too far. But he definitely has a look around to see what the fans are saying because he addresses too many things that journalists don't report. So, yeah, I mean, let's hear. Yeah, I'm trying, man. My voice is almost coming back, so I can almost do my Farke again. Yeah, Russ, KG, definitely nearly back to full health. The impressions are back. I'm trying. But Les here saying, agree with KG on changes, but it's Farke, so probably be same or, yeah. And I would say with this as well, with I would say this with that, if we do see the same team again, he has to be 100% sure that he's going to get a different tune out of that same 11 that he has not seen, because he can't say he's seen it, that he hasn't seen in the 4 games that we've had since the international break. And if he doesn't, once again, that is on him. But I don't know what it is, people. Mate, fool me once, shame on me. I feel like we're going to see a couple of changes tomorrow. I just got a feeling that he's gonna change a little bit up. He has had to see that what we've seen over the last 4 games has not been good enough. And when you've got someone like GNONTO, who should be playing at Premier League level right now, you've got to make that change. Bamford, he much like managers before him, he's probably wedded to him. So I don't know if we're going to see Peru or Mateo Joseph start in this game, even though it would be a breath of fresh air. But I do think we're going to see 1 or 2 changes to start with. Yeah, T85, I could play more mind games with Maresca. I think that is probably the case. But I think more to it, T85 and everyone else, is that he's seen the reaction from the Leeds United fans overall. And you can see that there's a lot of panic in the fans, people thinking that, the team's fallen off. But what I would say to that, and I've said it before, people, until it's mathematically impossible, I can't rule out the top 2, because as much as we're dropping points, not one of you had Ipswich drawing to Watford, and nobody had Millwall beating Leicester. So until it's mathematically impossible, top 2 is still on. Mine are saying, Farke said that Leeds shirts are the heaviest to wear. Is that why we are so slow? Should we have lighter shirts? Tremendous. But he mentioned that, and I've actually got it here. To wear this shirt as a player, it's the heaviest in the league. You have to enjoy it and relish it. This club means so much to supporters. It's a big strength of the club. It's never easy. Everyone wants this club to succeed and do well. And Daniel Farke, it's absolutely correct. And it's nothing that I haven't said before, people. I've said it so many times. When you're wearing this shirt, the Leeds United shirt, it's different to anyone else in this division, 100%. I've made these examples before, but we've bought players from other clubs where they've done fairly well. They get to this place, they love the idea of being a Leeds United player, but when it's not going well, they hide. They hide and hide and hide. Happens all the time. The pressure's just different here. The expectation's different. When you're going out to Leeds and you're the one club city, and when you're going out, everyone's just coming up to you, hey, yeah, we need you to do more. I need you to do more. I know you're doing your best, but can you do this? Players feel it. I've spoken to players that have felt it, people. So it's a different pressure when you're playing for this football club. Always will be, for whatever reason. By the way, I had to talk to one of my guys today, a Tottenham fan. He's eyeing up Archie Gray. Eh? See these vultures, they won't go away. That's why promotion. I saw someone earlier in the chat saying we need to do it for Dallas. No, we need to do it for the future of this football club, people, because come the summer, if we're not promoted, it's going to look very, very different. Very, very different if we're not promoted, people. So, and if you want all that breakdown of the accounts, I did that video yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. But yeah, it is a heavy shirt, and the pressure to go up for us is definitely more than it is for Ipswich. Not sure about Leicester. I think, overall, I think we are a heavier supporter club than Leicester, but let's face it, Leicester have been champions and FA Cup winners in recent years. So they've probably got a obligation to go up to, especially in light of their financial issues, whether they go up or stay down. And have you seen that as well, people? Next season, when Sheffield United are relegated, they'll start with a -2. I said to my partner who supports Sheffield United, try a -15, eh? Then you'll know about pressure. David here saying, if we don't get promoted, we'll be picked clean. Yeah, I mean, I've always said, when you do well at Leeds United, you're always going to get picked off here, always the same. And, Archie Gray, for one, if we get one hell of an offer for Archie Gray, that is just pure profit. There's nothing, there's no in between. Much like you see in Chelsea now trying to, get rid of Conor Gallagher and other academy players because they come through the academy. It's just pure profit. And and you can tell there's already suitors for Archie Gray. We know that already. But you got to think Somerville, Jorginho. I'd even throw Ethan Ampadu in there too, because he's been brilliant. There's no chance of getting Joe Rodon back. Yeah, we need to go up, people. Let's have a look. Yeah, we did. Martin, hold on a minute. Thank you. Yeah, love that -15 season. We made it up dead quickly. Yeah, we was on fire, man. But we had a lot of good players for League One. We had a brilliant League One team. Absolutely loved it. Darren here saying we got many worthless assets out on loan. We do. And you would hope that when we get promoted that we'll be able to sell them off or loan them out with a view to a permanent move next season, the season after, I mean. But yeah, we've got to get rid of all of those, absolutely all of them. William Morrison, shout out to you, William. Oh, and thank you to John Abbott and Perritt House. Thank you so much for the super thanks on the last video, guys. William here saying, I really do not think he will change starters. I do think if we get off to a lackluster start, he will be forced to sub earlier. I mean, he was asked about that as well today. And again, he backed himself and said, well, actually, you know what? I don't know what he was saying. I'm going to be real with you. I think he was talking in riddles when it came to this question about the noise about not substituting at the right times. But in essence, he backed himself and just said, it's on me to make the right decision, and he doesn't look back in hindsight. I'm wrapping it up there because he's talked about 10 minutes about that. But yeah, William, I do hope that you're wrong about the first bit. I don't know about the second bit, though, because we've already seen when we've got off to a slow start, which has basically been in a lot of games since we come back from international football. And he hasn't really changed it apart from Kamara at half-time. I don't know, man. We shall see tomorrow, won't we? We'll see when that team sheet comes out. Matthew Law saying, well, I don't think we lose Archie or Amps. I would hope not, Matthew, but it all depends on the clubs, the buying clubs, and if they're FFP compliant. We've already seen as well the Premier League are due to change the rules on financial stuff, which is overdue. I think it's archaic. I don't think that this financial thing, all it does really in a very basic sense is protect the top six. So I do think they need to redo the FFP rules in the Premier League. But look, we'd be in no position when we owe next season 70+ million on transfer fees to players that we've already bought in. So if we get in a good offer for Archie Gray, and I don't want to even put a number on it, people, But if we get a good offer for him, it would be hard to turn it down. So, yeah. Crypto Steve saying he bigged himself up today, sounded defensive on his game plan. Yeah, and you know what, Steve? I've got no issues with that. But you have to make sure that you get it right. If you're not willing to listen or make tweaks or just make subtle changes and stick to your plan, make sure it works. Otherwise, the pitchforks will be out. Matthew continues, Somerville, Rutter, and Nonto will all be big sales. And then what I say to that, Matthew, I mean, because you're absolutely right, they could be the big sales. What do we get in replacement when we don't really have that much money and we're in the championship, plus the parachute payments reduce? It doesn't even bear thinking about, does it? Doesn't bear thinking about. And yeah, Tintin, you know me, I've always said that, Tintin. He will live or perish by his decision, 100%. And he knows that as well. He knows that. So yeah, listen, this is a state of play right now in terms of the table. We know what it is. Leicester top with a game in hand. They're in the best position, of course. Ipswich second, us third. So let's get the win. We play before Ipswich tomorrow. Let's put the pressure on them. You know what I mean? They lost the other, last week. We had it, it's in our hands, man, a point, and we'd be in pole position, and we messed it up. Let's not mess it up tomorrow. And listen, I do believe we'll beat Blackburn tomorrow, but I can guarantee you Ipswich Town fans were thinking they would beat Watford in midweek too, and they came out with a 0-0. Oh, no, Nida, Aronson, Jaffe, and Greenwood next year's front three. Forget about it. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. Shane here saying, KG, if we are in the champ next year, I don't think I can handle it. Yeah, I'd need to take a couple days before I do another stream because I need to get my thoughts together. Because, as I say right now, I'm all in on the Premier League. I do think we'll go up. Whether it's, I still think we'll finish top 2 at this stage. But this team have got to prove it, man. And we're running out of games. So please start tomorrow against Blackburn. I've already messaged my guy who plays for Blackburn. Said, don't try no heroics tomorrow. Just follow the script, all right? Follow the script. We're undefeated at home. You guys aren't playing for nothing. Just chill, yeah? I don't know. Listen, I don't know what he's going to try. He might even try even harder now messaging. Maybe I shouldn't have messaged him, actually. William saying, with that front three, we'll be in League One. Tremendous. Tremendous. Imagine that front three. Oh, yeah. Can imagine someone like Joseph being picked off as well, like maybe like a La Liga club or someone just taking him off. I'd be gutted, man. And we still got Bamford in the tuck. Listen, promotion, it doesn't solve all the problems, people, but it alleviates a lot. It alleviates a hell of a lot. So let's get that done. Before we do score predictions, just to quickly show you the fixtures, Leicester are playing away at Plymouth today. I think Leicester have got it. Plymouth are sinking, so I think Leicester may get back on track there. We'll see. We obviously play at 12:30 tomorrow, and I have put the match reaction link in the description if you want to join me tomorrow. Like that video, set the reminder so you can join me after the game. And Ipswich are at home to Middlesbrough tomorrow, so a tricky fixture. But look, we shall see. The pressure's cooking up. Everyone's feeling it. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go with my score prediction. I'm going to give 2 because if it's the same 11, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Yeah, 2-1 win. I think they will score. 2-1 win for us. If he does change it and start Gnonto, Roberts, give us a little bit impetus. Mateo Joseph instead of Bamford, Peru instead of Jorginho to start with. I would say like a more energetic 3-1. I think. But yeah, it's not the sound, it's my voice, man. Let's have a look. Louis here saying, if I was Joseph, I would leave. Playing well and still can't start in front of an underperforming Bamford. Yeah. But you know what it is, Louis? If he was to ask to leave in the summer and Bamford was to stay, you'd have a large portion of this fan base saying, he's ungrateful. Why doesn't he wait his turn? He's just learning. He's a young lad. some people wouldn't get it. They wouldn't understand that he should actually be starting as we speak at this football club. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, Darren here saying miserable 1-1. Russ is going for 4-0. Same 11, 1-1 draw with some game management, 4-0. See, hey, only I can do 2. What's going on here? I'm joking. David here saying nothing, 1-1 or 0-0. Oh, don't like either of those. William here saying 1-1 or new 11 early subs 2-1. Yep. 3-0 after being 0-0 at half time. I take it. T85 saying going for 2-0. Clean sheet as well as win would be huge. Yeah, I mean, that would require, and that's something else we need to go on, is the clean sheets. And not just that, we kept a clean sheet in the last game, but you saw Sunderland, they looked dangerous every time they attacked. We need to look a bit more defensively resolute again, because it's been bad the past few games. We've been opened up like we were in the Premier League, so we need to be a lot better. Owen here saying 3-2, Matthew going 3-0 Leeds, yeah. Excellent. So yeah, it's no one going for a Blackburn win. It's just that Blackburn really are not playing for anything right now. They're on the beach at this point in time, but we've already seen that doesn't mean anything this week. So we need to be on it. Don't rely on the crowd. I seen there's people talking about the crowd. There's nothing wrong with the crowd against Sunderland. The players have got to lift the crowd. The crowd are always lifting the players. Always. Even when we're in the Premier League, when we was getting beat up 4-0, 5-0, the crowd will be clapping them at the end. They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve to be booed, but you don't need to be clapped for a 4-0 loss. These guys need to lift the crowd, and that comes with playing positive football, not just rolling the ball back and forth between the defense and sometimes Millier. They need to be on it, go forward, shoot at the earliest opportunity. Don't take 4 or 5 touches. Be a bit more fluid with the football, but we shall see if that would happen. And someone said that O'Leary played Joseph. He absolutely would have. And they're just babies. O'Leary would have played all these guys. Tintin and score from dead balls. I mean, if we get a set-piece goal, put that on a betting slip. That must be long odds. But yeah, listen, people, that is it for the preview. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully the voice is even better to then. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully, people, it is 3 points to Leeds United. Listen, my Penguins are already back in a playoff spot, which is awesome for now. Leeds, get in that top 2, please. And let's see what Leicester do tonight, people. Peace out.